Casting off in moss stitch. When knitting a pattern such as moss stitch, the perfect finishing touch to your project will be to cast off in the same pattern. This will create a neater edge than casting off in knit stitch, as it will match the stitches used in your project. In this tutorial, we'll be casting off with the right side facing us. Top tip: when casting off in moss stitch, follow the sequence of stitches. If the stitch below looks like a V, then you'll purl 1 stitch. If the stitch below looks like a bar, you'll knit 1 stitch. In our swatch, the first stitch in the row below is a purl stitch. To continue in the moss stitch pattern, we will work 1 knit stitch, followed by 1 purl stitch. Then, bring the second loop on your right hand needle over the stitch closest to the tip and slide it off your right hand needle. You have now cast off the first stitch. Following the moss stitch pattern, you will knit the next stitch. Then bring the second loop over the stitch closest to the tip on your right hand needle and slide it off your needle. You have now cast off your second stitch. Continue working 1 stitch at a time, following the moss stitch pattern, then casting off a stitch at a time. Top tip: remember to move your working yarn to the back for each knit stitch and forwards for each purl stitch. Check carefully before knitting or purling each stitch in your cast off row. If your next stitch on your left needle looks like a V, you'll need to purl it, and if the next stitch looks like a bar or a bump, you'll knit it. Continue casting off until you have reached the end of your row. You can now cast off in moss stitch.